Yeah, sorry about that. I ran out of disk
No, no
space.
problem.
Can you believe in this age where you get terabytes for like less than $100 running
That's
out of
amazing.
space? It's
It's
kind of embarrassing.
And then you look back at that comment that Bill Gates said that like what was it, 1 gigabyte or 1 megabyte would
Yeah, it's something
be
small.
would be
Like,
infinity. I mean, you couldn't go past that. Yeah, even he didn't know what the technology coming up would bring. Um, well, my story that I was mentioning was like I when SpaceX came out to the Space Center, I took a person that was contractor around, and we are taking pictures. And I took a picture in front of the SpaceX complex, and he took a picture of me, and then we look back, and there's a sign that says no cameras right behind
my
me.
gosh.
And Elon, I mean, so Elon, when they came there, um, they didn't have the requirements of some OSHA requirements and those that were put on the Boeing and the Lockheed Martin contracts.
Mm.
So he was able to do things like bring a orange picker out to come out and trim some of the aluminum off of the rocket that they needed to, which and had sustained. I've heard of suspending loads over uh, workers. Um, those type of things, since he didn't have contracts with the Air Force or NASA at the time, you could really come in there and do things that the other contractors couldn't do initially. Um, but to his credit, he was able to build what he's built, and it's just phenomenal because I've lived here for God since I was 7 years old, and I'm 47 now, so 40 years. And we would have launches pop off maybe once every month or every, you know, 3 months. I mean, that's how it was. Now I'm woken up with the house shaking with a launch. It's like, oh, it's another launch. And this is every week. Every week this is happening. And it's like, it's a big change here. It's a big change. Um, so it's exciting. It's a really exciting time for the space industry. And
It
it's getting very competitive. When I started, like I said, it lacks some of the vigor that is going on now with SpaceX.
Yeah, it's really amazing. It's really amazing. I think this is going to be a big turning point. But have you ever, if you could, would you take a ride on one of those rockets and go to space?
Now, I would say you and I have discussed this personally. Now, I would say I would say yes now, but I would also say it would be depending on the day because I do have a daughter who's 22 now, and it's like I was there when the Challenger went up and Kristen McAuliffe and the rest of the crew, and and I'm sorry, my camera came down. Bear with me. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
Um, it was a very sad day. So back then it was in fifth grade, I believe. And this was a huge thing for them back then. They put TVs, which was a big thing, in every classroom to watch Chris and McAuliffe and live see her in space. And I watched the walkout. No, I didn't watch the walkout at that time. That was yeah, clip that. So that was when I was in fifth grade. And I looked up at my teacher and I saw her starting to cry. I thought that the SRB that was still going was the rocket, but there was this huge cloud, that was there. And it was sad. And since then, like, I really, like, with all of our rockets that we've launched with my past companies, you really, like, you cross your fingers, and there's so many things going on in a rocket that in a shuttle that there's a lot that have a potential of going wrong. There's redundancies to make sure that doesn't happen, but it's nice to see now, like, that they're, like, back in those days, they had like a rope that from the shuttle they would repel from. That was their exit strategy if there was a problem. But now, I mean, we've got the Falcons, and we've got rockets that are able to keep the crew safe, and that is phenomenal. I mean, where we were versus where we are today is a big leap, and we just keep moving forward. And if you compare it with the Russian rockets, for example, no changes going on there. But like I said, you got to give them credit, because they had the idea that the rocket was the best idea, but we thought the shuttle was the best idea. And it happens that we agree with them now, to be honest with you.
It is amazing how you sort of see these designs get recycled.
Yeah. Yeah, this concept of bringing an expendable rocket, all of these were expendable rockets that we shot off. The concept of actually reusing them is huge. I mean, it's a huge cost savings to the US. So what Elon has done is just incredible. I had my boss mention that what we're doing with heating the targets for orbits, it's just like shooting an arrow miles and hitting the target right on the dot. It's incredible what engineering can do.
It is. Well, James, I really appreciate you taking this time and talking to me for my project. It was great to get your perspective. I'll go ahead and stop the recording now.
Okay.